Are you selling in 2025? Here's what you need to know. Let's take a trip back in time, 2021. You list your house, and before you even have time to put the sign in the yard, you've got buyers throwing cash at you. No inspections, no contingencies, multiple offers. Felt like you were holding the golden ticket, right? Now, welcome to 2025. The game has changed. Homes are sitting longer, buyers are pickier, interest rates are still up there, and let me tell you, if you go into this market thinking it's still 2021, you're setting yourself up for a rude awakening. I know what you're thinking. Okay, so what do I actually need to know before selling my house? That is exactly what we're breaking down today. There are 5 major shifts that are catching sellers off guard. And if you don't understand them, you could end up losing thousands. Or worse, watching your home sit for months while other homes around you sell. And the biggest change of them all, commissions. Let's talk about it. How commissions work in 2025 and why offering buyer's agent compensation is your best strategy. The way real estate agents get paid has changed. And as a seller, you need to be prepared before you list. Before August of 2024, selling your home meant paying your agent's commission, which included both the buyer's agent fee and your agent's fee. This was pretty standard. Buyers never had to think about it. Now, here's where we're at. Buyer agent commissions are no longer published on the MLS sites like Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor.com. Buyers now have to negotiate their agent's fee separately, which many don't want to or simply can't afford to pay out of pocket. This means that agents and buyers are prioritizing homes where the buyer's compensation is being offered by the seller. So what should you do? Offer buyer's agent compensation up front. Buyers are still relying on their agents to guide them through the process, and agents are naturally going to show homes that offer a fair compensation over ones that don't. If you don't offer buyer's agent compensation, your home might not get shown at all. Decide your listing strategy before listing. Have a conversation with your agent before you hit the market about how much buyer compensation you should offer. A competitive amount increases your chances of more showings and stronger offers. Price your home with buyer's agent compensation in mind. Most buyers are still expecting seller-paid agent compensation. Your pricing strategy should reflect that. If you don't factor in buyer's agent compensation up front, you may find yourself making price reductions later just to attract interest. Be ready to negotiate, but be smart about it. If a buyer asks for 3% towards their agent's compensation, consider countering with 2% rather than just rejecting it outright. If they ask for a $10,000 closing cost credit, negotiate it down to $5,000. The key is to control the conversation from the start, not scramble when offers come in. Bottom line, don't wait until the closing table to figure this out. Every buyer's agent that calls on your listing will ask what the buyer's compensation is going to be offered. If the answer is 0% or too low, your home may not get shown at all, as the buyer may have instructed their agent not to show them houses where the seller isn't paying the compensation. What's the best strategy? Set a competitive buyer compensation amount up front to ensure your home gets seen, gets offers, and gets sold. And that's just one of the major shifts in 2025. Next up, let's talk about why homes are sitting longer and how to avoid it. I see it happen all the time. A seller lists their home thinking, oh, this will sell in a week, no problem. 3 weeks later, crickets. No offers, no showings, just tumbleweeds rolling across the front yard. So what do? They start tweaking all the wrong things. Maybe if we change the order of the listing photos. Maybe we should use the word charming instead of spacious in the description. Should we post more on Facebook groups? Maybe we should mention the fig tree in the back. Listen, none of that is why your house isn't selling. The number one reason homes are sitting longer, they're overpriced. It's not 2021. Buyers aren't desperate anymore. They're looking at multiple homes. They're comparing values. If your house is priced too high, they're skipping right past it. A lot of people think the best strategy is to leave room to negotiate. But the fact is, people don't even look at the house to get you an offer to even negotiate. Unless you sit on the market for 6 to 8 weeks, then they try to get a deal. You don't want that. So here's the brutal truth. Overpricing doesn't just hurt you, it helps your competition. If there are two similar homes and yours is priced $20,000 higher, you're not selling yours, you're selling theirs. Price drops send the wrong message. When buyers see a home keep dropping in price, they assume something's wrong. Buyers want a move-in ready home. If your home has deferred maintenance or outdated features, you need to price accordingly. So what's the right move in 2025? Price it right from the start. Don't assume you can test the market with a high price and lower it later. Be open to negotiations. Buyers are expecting to negotiate, and if you refuse, they'll move on. Pay attention to feedback. If you're getting showings but no offers, buyers like the house, but they don't think it's worth what you're asking. And for those of you thinking, maybe I should just rent it instead, hold up. Let's talk about that. I know a lot of sellers are looking at the market right now and thinking, maybe I should rent it out instead of selling. Listen, that only makes sense if the numbers work. Will rent cover your mortgage, property tax, insurance, and maintenance? Do you have reserves if something breaks? What happens if your tenant stops paying? Being a landlord isn't passive income, it's a business. And if you're barely breaking even, selling might be the smarter play. If you need the cash from your home sale to move forward with your next home, sell. If you don't want to deal with tenants, maintenance, or market risks, sell. Look, I get it, selling is personal, but don't let fear keep you from making a smart financial move. We've covered a lot today. How commissions have changed and what that means for you. How buyers are negotiating differently and how to counter. Why homes are sitting longer and how to make sure yours doesn't. The rental versus selling debate and why you need to run the numbers. Here's the deal. Selling in 2025 isn't impossible, but it is different. If you're thinking about selling and you want to do it right, reach out. Let's talk about how to position your home the right way, price it correctly, and avoid costly mistakes. And if this was helpful, like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I answer them all personally. I'll keep you ahead of the game while this market keeps shifting. This has been the Florida Real Estate Insider, and I am still Tom McNamara. See you in the next one.